Hello dears, how are you all?
Welcome to our YouTube channel Swapnaraj Story.
We brings a new interesting learning story. So please watch the video till the end.
Before starting the video, we request you that
If you are new in our channel, then please subscribe our YouTube channel.
to inspire us, please like the video and share with your friends that they can listen interesting learning stories.
Let's enjoy. In the first phase, the grandmother looked after the author in the village and he was physically very close to her. In the second phase, he was estranged from her when he went to city school. In the third phase, the common link of friendship between them snapped when he went to university. What's happened then?
When I decided to go abroad for further studies, I was sure my grandmother would be upset. I would be away for 5 years, and at her age one could never tell. But my grandmother could. She was not even sentimental. She came to leave me at the railway station but did not talk or show any emotion. Her lips moved in prayer. Her mind was lost in prayer. Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. Silently she kissed my forehead, and when I left, I cherished the moist imprint as perhaps the last sign of physical contact between us, but that was not so. After 5 years I came back home and was met by her at the station. She did not look a day older. She still had no time for words, and while she clasped me in her arms, I could hear her reciting her prayer. Even on the first day of my arrival, her happiest moments were with her sparrows whom she fed longer and with frivolous rebukes. In the evening, a change came over her. She did not pray. She collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum and started to sing. For several hours she thumped the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum and sang of the homecoming of warriors. We had to persuade her to stop to avoid overstraining. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray. The next morning she was taken ill. It was a mild fever and the doctor told us that it would go. But my grandmother thought differently.
What she think?
She told us that her end was near. She said that, since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life she bad omitted to pray, she was not going to waste any more time talking to us. We protested, but she ignored our protests. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling her beads. Even before we could suspect, her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. A peaceful pallor spread on her face and we knew that she was dead. We lifted her off the bed and, as is customary, laid her on the ground and covered her with a red shroud. After a few hours of mourning we left her alone to make arrangements for her funeral. In the evening, we went to her room with a crude stretcher to take her to be cremated. The sun was setting and had lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden light. We stopped halfway in the courtyard, all over the veranda and in her room right up to where she lay dead and stiff wrapped in the red shroud. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. There was no chirruping. We felt sorry for the birds and my mother fetched some bread for them, She broke it into little crumbs, the way my grandmother used to, and threw it to them. The sparrow took no notice of the bread. When we carried my grandmother's corpse off, they flew away quietly. Next morning the sweeper swept the bread crumbs into the dustbin.
Thank you so much, Father, for this interesting story.
Oh, dear, it's all. Tell me what you learned from this story. How is the grandmother?
The writer's grandmother is a widow. She is very old, wrinkled face. Her grey hair usually remains scattered on her puckered face, fat, short and has a stoop. Cannot walk straight, hobbles with hand on her waist to balance her stoop. She belongs to a Punjabi family and lives with her son, daughter-in-law and her grandson. She is religious, goes to the temple daily, reads holy books, tells the beads of the rosary. She is very kind, feeds the dogs with chapatis, feeds the sparrows and enjoys their company.
Yeah, great. But only for the dogs.
No, she is a good companion, helps her grandson to get ready for school, helps him in his lessons, accompanies him to the school. She is culture loving, loves Indian culture, fond of singing and spinning, has a strong dislike for Western and scientific education. She is peaceful by nature, calm and cool, does not show resentment, becomes quiet and private instead. Her death is mourned by the family and her pet sparrows. After all, she is the best grandmother.
You are absolutely right. That's like my daughter.
Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel to stay connected with us.
To get the fastest notifications of our interesting videos, press the bell icon and on all notifications.
Bye bye, see you in the next video.